Yeah, you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bachiru. I know it's been a while. I know the upload schedule is not consistent. I'm just trying to make videos of topics maybe that may be of interest for me, and at the same time that maybe I find people will find it helpful. So in this video, I just want to talk about how you can balance like playing and getting good at fighting games while having a life outside of it. So as we all know, fighting games, like if you want to compete, it's a very time-consuming genre to play, and it takes a while for you to get good and actually to stay consistent, like at a high level. But as you know, we have things to do outside of gaming, so you have to balance it with life. Take me for an example. I work full-time. I'm a husband and a parent, so I need to balance all these things while playing fighting games at the same time and staying good at them. So you need to understand something that the more responsibilities and the older that you get, the more compromises that you start to need to make. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, you will realize that like they're not really compromises. These are the joys of life. So again, the purpose of this video, let's focus about like allocating like the limited time that maybe you have to play fighting games, how you can use it effectively. So number one, effective time management. So when we talk about time management, what do we mean? It means that the time that you have like to play fighting games, you have to make sure that you're using it in a way, of course, to always have fun, but at the same time to be realistic and improve. So number one, make sure you allocate a specific time during the week, like just to focus on fighting games. So try to plug yourself out of other things and dedicate that time. Okay, I need to sit down, I need to focus, and I need to play fighting games. That doesn't need to be like a great, like long length of time. That be like, it needs to be consistent and it needs to be a specific schedule so you can commit to it. And at the same time, you can clear your mind and to be in a zone that, okay, this is my time to focus and play and, enjoy and learn at the same time. So for me, I try to the best of my ability to allocate like 3 days a week just to play fighting games between 1 hour and a half and 2 hours. I feel like if I play for 6 hours a week, I can still be consistent in any game that I play, and I feel like my time spent it's more enough just to be able like to practice and to play and to compete. Unfortunately, right now there isn't much competition in the Middle East, and I don't feel like I have the time to commit to online competition. So I'm spending my time just learning the games that I'm playing right now and just trying to get better at them, and of course have fun at the end of the day. So now that you've allocated the time, let's talk about how you can use it. Again, this is from my own personal experiences, so it might vary for some people. They might find it more effective to do one thing than the other. But for me, it has to go in this flow. So number one, what we call like the studying phase. This one you can do it outside of like your fighting game time, but it's the time that you consume like content that will help you like improve your gameplay. So let's say you play a specific character and you want to learn certain matchups. So if you have free time during the day, like maybe it's on your lunch break or you're just chilling somewhere, you have some downtime outside of gaming, maybe that's the time that you can actually just watch or consume content just to give you ideas and for you to absorb some information. I feel like also taking mental notes and taking physical notes really help. So if, for example, you see like a cool combo that you want to practice later on, it wouldn't hurt like to screenshot it or save the link or even write on your phone like the annotation so you can remember it later, because with how things flow during the day, for sure you will start to forget things. So for me, taking notes like during the day for things that you can come back to and practice later, this is really helpful. I'm the type of person that sometimes ideas will pop up at random. Like maybe I'll be working, maybe I'll be making like, I don't know, like I'm washing the dishes, maybe I'm doing a report or something, and sometimes like some ideas will pop up in my head and I cannot really apply them immediately. So I find myself taking notes or making a screenshot or just putting something on my calendar like, oh, do this, do this like cool link. Like I was practicing an Eltnam nonsense the other day and I was thinking about it like during working hours. So I just took a note, and when I went home and I had some time, I just tried to practice it. So this way you will not lose the information that you grasp during the day. I feel like this is very important. The second thing is what I call like the practice. So it's studying, then you practice. And by practicing, I mean not only like going to training mode. I feel like training mode can get you so far, like when you're learning fighting games. Like it can help you practice specific aspects, like maybe your execution, maybe situational stuff, maybe like a certain scenario that you want to replicate. The good thing about the newer games is like they can let you practice on your actual matches, but in some older games we're not yet there. I'm talking about like the replay features in Tekken 8 and Under Night. But if you don't have those, I feel like training mode will get you, just to practice what you have studied basically. But I feel like the best practice happens when you like have a training partner. I don't feel like ranked matches or like short sets they really benefit you if you're trying to really improve in fighting games. It's good maybe to adapt to different matchups and work on your adaptability and like enforcing your play style or whatever. But I feel like to totally get a grasp like of a certain matchup or to get way comfortable with your character, I feel like you need to have a training partner or at least a set of people that you can reach out and play long sets with. I feel like this is the best practice, and I really hope or I really miss my friends playing the same games that I do. When we used to play Blaze Blue together all the time, I feel like my level really skyrocketed because I used to play long sets, and not only it helped me like understand matchups, at the same time it helped me to like understand what are my weaknesses, understanding like what are my habits. It helps you like with self-reflection, and it helps you to read and understand other players. So try to look for a training partner, someone who has the same like similar free time as you, and join some discords. I know that you can easily find more matches maybe in ranked, but I feel like in the long term, if you're trying to improve, it does more harm than good. Ranked, I feel like it's good for short-term improvement, but for the long term, just stick to long sets. That's my cup of tea, like you say. So that's how it is. The second thing is like when you're practicing, practice with an intention. And just don't play randomly and hope, okay, like some things will stick in my head. Try to be purposeful in what you practice. So if you know that you're struggling with execution, when you practice, try to focus on on landing your combos, working on your hit confirms. If you know that you're struggling with a certain matchup, just boot up, play in that particular matchup, work on it. If you know that your defense is lacking, play with the intention of playing more defensive than offensive, just to work on that particular muscle. It's like when you go to a gym and you're exercising, you're working out basically. So you have a plan, you know that today I'm gonna work on my arms, today I'm gonna work on my legs, today I'm gonna work on my shoulders. I feel like the same concept applies in fighting games. So try to work on your weaknesses or the areas that you want to improve, and on the things that you are confident that you can do, maybe you can allocate less time. And for me, when I'm playing Under Night lately, I know that I'm struggling with defense. So I used to rush all the time, especially that my character is a rush down. So for me, I feel like I was sacrificing my knowledge in defense. So whenever I'm playing the game now, I feel like I just want to try to defend more, just to understand the defensive mechanics, how the shielding works, how can I get out of the grid break. So for me, I just want to understand more, and this is what I've been focusing on. So once you level that one up, you can move to something else, and it can help you to develop an all-around strong base for your fighting game knowledge. The third thing is what we call execution. So you've consumed the knowledge, you've practiced, you've played with your training buddies, you ran some adaptation in your ranked matches. I feel like the best thing you can do now is start participating, because practice in your comfort zone is one thing, and really playing in a tournament or playing in a weekly or playing even it's an online tourney, it's really important for you, because not only you need to play while you're relaxed, you also need to learn how to play under pressure, and you have to play maybe with some stakes. It doesn't have to be money or trophy or whatever. It's just the competition aspect, because that's a muscle also you need to work on, and it really helps you with your self-confidence. So try to at least to participate once or twice in a month in your if you're lucky enough to have a local something happening in your area that you can go to. Just go there, try to play there, play with real people offline. If you can do this, just participate in an online weekly or an online tournament. It helps you really work on other things that maybe when you're relaxed, you really don't pay attention to. And playing relaxed is way different than playing under pressure, or playing when there is a sense that you really you're gonna lose something. So that's something also you need to work on. And I feel playing with no stakes, there is no way for you to be able to determine this. You have to perform under pressure. I think this is the best way to describe it. So play, practice, study, socialize, enjoy fighting games, and try to get better. And remember, that's something that also is part of your personality. If you play fighting games, part of who you are at the end of the day, and that's something maybe that brings you joy. Maybe that's something that gives you a purpose or drive. So make sure you communicate that with your loved ones, that, oh, I like to play fighting games, I would like to dedicate some time, this is my hobby, this is my passion. I'm sure it works out at the end of the day, because we are surrounded by people who love us and who are supportive of us. So if they see us happy, then they will be happy also at the same time. So don't let it eat. I know, again, out of the context of this video, but don't let it eat out of the other things also in your life. Don't get bitter over losing. Don't feel like you're missing out. It's something that you can like catch up to. It's something that you can come back to at the end of the day. It's something that's ongoing all the time. There are fighting games that are coming out all the time. And again, if you develop a very strong fundamental base, it's something that you don't really lose over time. You just become rusty. It's like when you work out and you stop working out, you still have that knowledge and you still have that kind of thing. You just need to flex that muscle and you need to stretch it again, so you will be able just to get back into the flow of things. So approach things with focus, manage your time properly, be effective in how you play. Again, my advice is play long sets, don't really play short sets. They harm you in the long end, as far as I'm concerned. And finally, compete and reap the rewards of your hard work, and let it bring you the satisfaction that you want and the joy that you want from fighting games. Alright guys, I think I've rambled enough. Thank you so much for watching. I've been playing a lot of Blaze Blue lately and Under Night and Birth. It's been fun, but sadly I can't find any competition lately, so it's been just random playing. And I think that's it. Yalla guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.